Hey guys, welcome to my channel, Alyssa Charity. I'm Alyssa, and today we're going to focus on a practice that is wonderful for complete beginners. This is a great place to begin if you've never done yoga before or you're just really new to the practice. It's a chance to experience yoga in the comfort of your own home or just in the privacy of your own space. This is also a great flow for anybody that maybe isn't new to yoga, but is just looking for something nice and easy to calm the mind and body. So, if you're ready, meet me on your mat and let's get started. Alright guys, we're going to begin today in a seated, cross-legged position on your mat. This pose is Sukhasana, or easy pose. If you have tight hips, like myself, you're welcome to find a blanket, a block, or even a book, just anything to help you elevate the hips so that they're slightly above the knees, as we will be in this position for a few breaths. Once you find your seat and you feel good, go ahead and close the eyes or shift the gaze down your nose. Keeping the spine long, sit bones rooted firmly beneath you, hands rest on the knees or thighs. And we're just going to take a second here to drop in. Begin following your breath, taking deep, slow inhales and exhales through the nose. Doing your best to keep the inhales and exhales equally long. Focus all your attention and awareness in the present moment, grounding yourself in the here and now. Inhale, exhale, continuing to follow the breath. In and out. And on your next inhale, inhale slowly through the nose. And as you exhale, we're just going to sigh it out. Taking a moment to thank yourself for showing up today, for daring to begin. Beginning is always the hardest part, but we're all beginners at something. So just embrace beginning a yoga practice today. And slowly blinking the eyes open, we're going to look over our left shoulder. Just a nice slow stretch for the neck. And then looking on over to the right. And continuing to just check in the neck, we're going to bring our left ear towards our left shoulder. Working slowly to just loosen up the joints before we get going. And then bringing it on over to the right. Maybe shaking the head yes and no. And then coming back to center, we're going to begin making big circles with our nose. Just waking up the neck. And as you come back to center, switch directions. Just a couple of big, nice circles. And coming back to center, taking a deep breath in, we're going to sweep the arms up, palms connect. And as we exhale, bring the hands to our heart center. Now, interlacing the fingertips, extending the palms out in front of you, we're going to inhale the arms up, reach, 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 and then exhale, rain the fingers down. And we inhale the arms up, palms connect, hands meet at our heart. Interlacing the fingers the opposite way, extending the palms forward. Inhale up one more time.
reaching nice and tall, and then spirit fingers all the way down to the ground. Now, if you did elevate your seat, go ahead and remove that block or blanket. And then bringing that right hand to the outside of the right hip, we're going to inhale the left arm up and over. Now you can play with where your right hand is placed here. You can walk it out a little, maybe even coming all the way down to the forearm. Just trying to find a nice side body stretch. You can wiggle around, just opening up. And as we inhale back up, bring it on down to the other side. Getting that nice open stretch. As we inhale back up to center, we're going to exhale the hands down. And then as we inhale, sitting up nice and tall, we're going to exhale as we fold forward. You can come halfway and stop, maybe bring the hands to the knees, or you can continue to come all the way down, maybe to the forearms, maybe reaching the hands all the way out in front. Just broadening through the upper back, creating that space that your body wants. Now, some of us might naturally lean too far forward that we lift the hips up. We want to be sure to sit and root down through the hips. And then slowly, as you engage the core, you can walk the hands back or slowly rise up if you didn't come all the way down. And then switching the placement of our legs here, we're going to try this again on the other side. So the right arm comes to the outside of the right hip, and we sweep that left arm up and over. Just maybe wiggling, loosening out those kinks. And bring it on over to the left side. Remembering to focus on the breath, finding that space. So we inhale back up to center, and as we exhale, we fold over. Again, keep broadening the upper back, creating that space. Just become heavy here, softening the head and the neck. Rooting down through the sit bones, keeping the core engaged, melting over our legs. Slowly begin to rise back up. And as you exhale, release the hands to the earth, roll over your knees, and gently make your way into a tabletop position. So connecting every part of your foundation, palms spread wide, shoulders are stacked above the wrist, hips above the knees. Belly, navel draws to the spine, belly is engaged, nice neutral spine. And then on your next inhale, we're going to drop the belly and lift the heart forward. And as you exhale, you find that spinal flexion, chin to chest. We're just going to flow here for a few cat-cows. Inhale the chest forward. Exhale, drawing the navel up. Now, tucking the toes, as we exhale, we lift the hips up and back, keeping the knees fully bent and soft as we slowly make our way into our first down dog. Slowly descending that left heel towards the floor, and then the right. Just pedaling out our feet, easing our way into our first downward facing dog. We're driving the hands down and forward into the mat, navel's lifting up to the sky, Heels descending towards the mat, drawing the inner thighs towards the back of the mat. Staying strong here. As you shift your gaze forward, slowly begin to walk your feet to the top of the mat. Finding a soft bend in the knees, we inhale as we lengthen the spine for our halfway lift. And if it's uncomfortable to come all the way to the floor, you can bring your hands to the shins or the thighs, just making sure that the spine is nice and long. And as we exhale, we fold forward. And as you inhale, slowly roll your way up to a standing position. Here we find mountain pose or Tadasana. And we'll really tune in here, really grounding and connecting all four corners of the feet into the earth. Knees lift, tailbone tucks, shoulders back and down, standing tall and proud. We inhale the arms up overhead and we exhale, folding forward. Inhale, finding that length. Exhale, releasing. This time planting the hands, lifting the right foot and stepping it all the way back, lowering that back knee, untucking the toes, and begin to just feel the ground beneath that right heel. And begin to push the ground away, bringing attention to the right glute, squeezing in the midline. We inhale as we lift up for our low lunge. Option to place the hands on the knees, the hips, or if you feel ready, even inhaling them up to the sky. Squeezing towards the midline, core is engaged, shoulders are soft. Finding this low lunge. As you exhale, bring the hands down, framing that front foot, taking a moment here to just continue to find space in that front hip flexor. And when you're ready, untuck the toes and step your foot to meet into your half lift. We inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale the arms up. Fold forward. Find that length. As you plant the hand, stepping the left foot back this time. Lowering the back knee. Finding that strength as we squeeze toward the midline and rise on up for low lunge on the other side. Again, finding what feels good here, wherever your hands feel right in space. Breathing in to those hips. One more breath here. And as you exhale, frame the foot. Untuck the back toes. And when you're ready, step to meet at the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale to heart center. On your next inhale, arms come up. We fold forward. Inhale to find that length. This time we plant the hands, stepping back the right foot, then the left, lowering to our knees. Now we're going to lower all the way down to our belly, hugging the elbows in. We meet on our front. We untuck the toes, keeping the hands below the shoulders. We're going to inhale as we slowly rise up. Now we don't have to raise all the way up. We're just rising just a little bit to find that strength in our back. Making sure to not scrunch our neck. And exhale, we'll lower down. On your next inhale, one more time, rising up for Cobra. Again, as far as you feel comfortable, you do not have to raise all the way up. And as you exhale, lower down. And we will exhale as we push our hips back towards our heels. Bring your head to the mat, finding child's pose. This is a universal resting pose in yoga. So as you move forward in your yoga journey, know that you can take this pose at any time, in any class, as you need. You can actively push into the mat, sending the hips back, or releasing the arms up just a little bit. Maybe shaking the head left to right, a little forehead massage. And when you're ready, slowly walk your hands back, coming to a kneeling position. We'll kick the feet out in front of you, left or right, whichever feels natural. Coming into a seated staff position, we'll sit up nice and tall, feet are flexed. And as we exhale, we're going to fold forward at the hips. Now notice here, we're not arching our back out and reaching forward. So many people want to reach for the toes. We're just trying to keep our core straight and fold forward, hinging at the hips. Just taking a few breaths here. And then slowly rise up. Making our way down onto our back. Slowly lowering down, however you'd like to get there. We're going to inhale the left knee into the chest, extending the right leg nice and long. Squeezing that left knee in. An option to flex the foot or roll the ankle. And as we release, we will inhale the right leg in, hugging that right knee in towards your chest. And as you exhale, release. Now as we bring the arms out to the side like a T, we'll inhale the knees up and exhale them over to the left for a nice supine twist. Option to keep your gaze over the left shoulder. Maybe you can bring it directly above you, or maybe you can even look over that right shoulder. Just finding what feels good here. Remembering to breathe. As we inhale the legs back up to center, we'll release them on over to the right. Just breathing in to that back body, inviting more space with every breath. And on our next inhale, we'll lift the legs up and we'll grab hold of our shins, giving ourselves a big, big hug, just a tight squeeze. You should hug yourself every day. And as you exhale, release all the way down to the mat, finding your Shavasana or corpse pose. And I invite you to stay here as long as you can, melting into the floor, really feeling all those benefits of your practice. Thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste.